I hope this podcast can inspire you to always dream big and make it your reality. I am your host, Jess Williamson, a serial entrepreneur and business coach. Something I want to talk about today is giving up before you've ever really given it a try. So many people are hustling and trying and they think they're doing everything, but in actual fact, there's so many other things that they could or should be doing. And so they've decided that their business or their category of business doesn't work. And they're looking externally. So they're saying, my situation, my idea, no one wants it. When in actual fact, you haven't actually put it out there. No one knows about your business. And if no one knows about it, how can they buy from you? It's got nothing to do with the fact that no one wants it, because I have this conversation so often with women in business that have just decided that they're going to give up on their idea because no one is buying from them. And when I look into their business, when I have a look at what they're doing, when I chat to them a little bit further, it turns out that they're not actually putting it out there. And so they're sitting in this mindset that no one wants it, no one's going to buy from me, and then therefore they're not selling it. So you see how that's a catch-22, and it's a cycle that continues to self-fulfill in a way, because you're saying no one wants my product, therefore what's the point in selling and promoting it? And then therefore no one buys from you, which reinforces the thought that you originally had. And this is a dangerous path to go down, because if we keep thinking this way, if you keep reinforcing that thought, every time you reinforce that thought, it becomes a deeper, more ingrained thought in your mind. And this is where self-sabotage comes in, because you're giving up before you've even actually tried. That is why the stat on startup failure is so high, is not because people are giving it a great crack and their business actually fails due to external situations. It's because you've given up before you've even tried, before you've really decided to go on all in. And I have a free webinar on my website about this, all about mindset, because if you've still got 1 foot in and 1 foot out, if you haven't gone all in on your business, and that does not mean spending every last cent you've got. Yes, you do need to invest in certain areas, but it just means actually deciding within yourself and believing that what you're doing is possible, what you're doing is going to work, and you're going to do whatever it takes to make it work. If you're still thinking, this might not work, maybe people don't want this, maybe my product or my business category doesn't work and there isn't a customer for it, I'm going to tell you right now, whatever your business is, there are plenty of successful people and successful businesses doing exactly what you want to do. Even if you think it's the most revolutionary idea and no one that you know is doing it, I can guarantee you someone in the world somewhere is doing it and probably having great success with it. So whatever your idea is, usually it comes down to 3 main things on why your business may not be getting as much traction as you want. Is firstly, mindset. You haven't yet decided that it's possible. How can it ever be possible if you don't even decide or believe that it is? All of your actions are always going to reflect whatever you think. If you think it's not possible, guess what? Your actions are going to make it impossible for you to have that success. So that is number 1, is mindset and believing that it is possible for you and deciding to go all in making this possible. Number 2 is, do people even know about your business? Do people know that you exist? Do people know why they need your product or service? Because 9 times out of 10, this is the biggest one that stumps people. They decide that people don't want it, but they've got 10 followers. And followers are not everything, but if you've only got 10 followers and the average conversion rate of even just a website, if you got those 10 people to all go to your website, which in actual fact wouldn't usually happen because you only usually get a small percentage of your followers over to your website. And once they're on your website, the average conversion rate of a website in e-commerce these days is 1 to 2%. 2% is bloody great. If you've got 2%, that is amazing. So if we do the figures, it's like 0.0000, like it's almost impossible. So do you see how numbers and having more eyes on your business makes all the difference? If more people know about your business, more people to buy. If more people can be communicated to on why they need to buy from you, then more people are going to buy. So the second thing is awareness. And people always ask me, Jess, what is the one marketing strategy that I should be doing in my business? The answer is all of it. Wherever your customer is, show up everywhere, all of the time. When I first started my business, I did not have money for ads, so I got creative. I made up my own strategies. I literally made them up. I was like, okay, if I want to get my business out there, how can I get more eyes on my business? How can I do this for free? I showed up everywhere. I was at every networking event. I was everywhere online. I was everywhere and people could not miss me. So are you prepared to put in that work to do that? It does not have to cost anything. And this upcoming week in my Dreamers and Doers membership, I am doing a whole lesson on the top 5 ways to gain more visibility for your brand for free. It doesn't have to cost anything. And so I'm sharing my top strategies that I literally made up myself with my Dreamers and Doers members. If you are interested in joining that, you can find the link to join the membership on my website, jessicawilliamson.com.au. We would love to have you, love to see you over there. But that's why I'm sharing this with them, because this is the number one thing that I see businesses get stumped on. They're like, Jess, I'm posting on Instagram, no one's buying. There is so much more to it. And the reason number 3 why you're not getting as much traction in your business as you would want is that you're not selling. How can people buy from you if they don't even know what you sell? You might have a lot of followers. Maybe you do have a great community and a lot of eyes on your business, but how can people buy from you if you don't let them? If you don't tell them how? People really do need to be led down that buyer journey. Usually people don't just go out of their own way and say, oh my gosh, I love what you do. What are you actually selling? Let me give you my money. No, they want to be told. They don't understand what you're selling. They may love your content. And I see a lot of brands do this all the time in that they're providing great, valuable content. They're giving people lots of great tips and inspiration on their social media, but they're not actually selling. They're not telling people how they can buy from you. And much of this comes down to mindset as well. You're afraid of being spammy. You're afraid of what people might think. You're afraid that people might not buy if you try and sell to them. You're afraid that people might unfollow you. Guess what? You're in business to help people. If you're not selling them your paid services, then you're actually not helping them. So this is something to keep in mind. Sell. Tell them how to buy, where to buy from you. This is something that I work on all of the time with my clients. And immediately, as soon as we make that shift in their content, in their mindset around this, instant sales come in. Just this simple tip alone could increase your business overnight. So these are my top 3 tips and reasons why maybe you're not seeing as much success in your business as you would like, because you've probably not done these 3 steps. Step 1, mindset. Deciding that it is possible for you. Going all in your business. Making that shit happen. Doing whatever it takes is step 1. Step 2, getting eyes on your business. If people don't know you exist, then how can they buy from you? Step 3 is sell Tell people about your product or service. What do you do? How can you help them? And how can they buy? Where do they buy from? Do they go to the link in your bio? Do they go to your website? Do they need to send you a DM? Use call to actions and help lead people down that buying path. If people don't know why they need to buy from you, they're not going to. They're just going to continue soaking up the great content that you're sharing. But let's take them down that path. So please, this is your wake-up call. Don't give up because shit gets tough. Ask yourself, what else can I be doing to move that ball forward, to move that marker forward every single day? If this means something to you, there's always a way to make it happen. There's people out there every day making shit happen, so you can too. And if I've done it in my own businesses with no money, no clue what I was doing when I first started, and no experience, then you can too. If you would like access to my upcoming lesson in the Dreamers and Doers membership, if you want to know 5 ways to gain visibility on your brand for free, these are literally the 5 strategies that I used in my first year of business ever with no clue what I was doing. And I made over $300,000 in just the first year using free marketing strategies. I'm going to be sharing these with my Dreamers and Doers members inside of the membership in this upcoming week. So if you join this week, you'll be able to catch it live. If you miss it, then there will be a replay for 2 weeks. So keep an eye out for that. It will be actually up for the whole month of April as a bonus. So if you are listening to this podcast later, then you can come back and watch the replay anytime in April, and you'll be able to get access to those 5 key strategies. I would love to help you make this all possible. If you have a dream, I want to make you your reality. So reach out to me on Instagram, send me a DM. If you have enjoyed this episode, I would love to hear what you think. Otherwise, I hope to see you over in the Dreamers and Doers membership. I have put the link to join the membership in the show notes so you guys can click on over there. Otherwise, hit me up on Instagram and let's have a chat. As always, please do screenshot and share this episode to your social media because that's how you can also spread the inspiration to your audiences as well and help us empower more women to dream big and make it their reality. I hope you all have an amazing day. Please subscribe and leave a review as well, because that really would mean the world to me to know what you guys think. So have an amazing day and I will see you over in the membership.